Interview.
Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and I'm here at Namco's press event with Kazutoki Kono, who is Executive Director and Producer of Ace Combat Assault Horizon, which is the latest entry in the Ace Combat series. Now this is a very unique entry because you guys are really changing up the gameplay. So talk to us about what you're doing here.
So as seen in the trailers, the biggest difference that you can see in this installment is the close range assault system, where the enemies are much up close and personal, and the battles are much more dynamic.
Now, for longtime fans of the series, does this story fit in with the previous games, or is it something original?
So, unlike previous installments, this time around, Ace Combat Assault Horizon takes place in the real world. It takes place in the year 2015 in Africa, and from there it goes on a much more global scale.
Now, you mentioned that you changed up the gameplay to bring it much closer to the player and make it a lot more, I guess, gritty. So, why did you make that choice? What was the appeal there for you?
So the beauty of the Ace Combat series is having the freedom of movement, being able to move 360 degrees. But the one issue that a lot of people had was the fact that when you fight against other enemies, the enemies appear very small on the screen, and it ends up becoming a battle with a lot of dots. And so we wanted to change that up and make it a lot more dynamic, make it a lot more visually pleasing. We wanted to make it a lot closer to what you see in the actual trailers.
Now, speaking of the visuals, can you talk to us about the graphics engine for this game? Because you mentioned earlier that it was something new.
So we did away with the old Ace Combat engine. We made something completely new. And not only do you fight in fighter planes, but you also fight in other vehicles such as helicopters. And so we really had to change up the system to accommodate for all of these different various vehicles.
Now, the graphics changed. Now, in terms of the gameplay, for longtime Ace Combat fans, is the game going to feel particularly different when you kind of get in and start flying around and shooting things?
So with this new system, we really wanted to push the aspect of speed. Of course, it's a very speedy concept with fighter planes flying around, but we really wanted the player to feel it. That's why we implemented a new system. And not only is it just the concept of speed, we also wanted to implement the concept of violence, where when you shoot down the planes with your machine gun and with missiles, you really get to see the planes fall apart, and we really wanted to have that gritty, rough feel to this.
So, in terms of gameplay, there's obviously a single-player story mode. What can you tell us about multiplayer, and is there any online functionality in the game?
Like I've said before, the single-player campaign is set in the real world using a close-range assault system, so you'll be experiencing a very fast-paced storyline. We'll be using that same close-range assault system, and you'll be able to utilize it online against other people.
All right, well, I guess the most important question now is, when's the game coming out and what platforms can we look for it on?
So we're hoping to release Ace Combat Assault Horizon sometime in 2011, available for both the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.